Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Brothers and sisters, I would like to share with you some delightful information about a very significant hadith pertaining to the day of Arafah, a hadith that you're expected to memorize. And in this particular hadith, Aisha, the beloved wife of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, narrates to us that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "There is no day on which Allah ransoms more of his slaves from the fire than the day of Arafah. He draws close, then he boasts about them before the angels and says, what do these people want?" First of all, let us focus on the fact that so many people will be saved from the punishment of Allah and from the fire on this very blessed day. Specifically the people that are doing Hajj. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal draws close to them and then tells the angels a rhetorical question. What do these people want? And we all know what these people want. Those people want Allah's forgiveness. Those people want Allah's Jannah. Those people want the protection from the fire. And will Allah grant them that? Yes. Allah Azza wa Jal will grant them that if they are sincere and if they're doing the act of worship as it ought to be done, then they shall be given what they ask for. How important and how delightful is it to know the gravity and the vastness of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that so many people will be saved from the fire. Allah boasts about those slaves of his before the angels so that everybody knows that those people have a special place. Similarly, if you're not on Hajj, you should be doing what? Fasting. Not an obligation, but a great act of worship. As the hadith mentions, that Allah Azza wa Jal will forgive the sins of the year, the previous year, and the year that you're in. So that's 2 years of sins that are forgiven as virtue, as a result of the virtue of fasting on the day of Arafah. Further, Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated the Prophet ﷺ said, the best dua is the dua of the day of Arafah. And the best that I and the prophets before me said is La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulk wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. There's no deity worthy of worship but Allah alone, with no partners or associates. His is a dominion, to him be praise, and he has power over all things. So the best dua is the dua of the day of Arafah. The best supplication, invocation that you make, the best beseeching, wherein you seek Allah's forgiveness, Allah's mercy, Allah's blessings, worldly or those of the hereafter, is done on the day of Arafah. And the best thing that the Prophet ﷺ and all the Prophets ever said is La ilaha illallah. There's no deity worthy of worship. There's no deity worthy of worship but Allah. The best thing Prophet ﷺ said and all the Prophets is La ilaha illallah. In another hadith, Talha ibn Ubayd narrated that the best dua is the dua of the day of Arafah, again to reconfirm and reaffirm the virtue of this. So we are very close to those blessed days. You could be watching this today. Today could be the day of Arafah as far as you're concerned. Make sure that you don't miss out on this great opportunity and you take advantage. If you're on Hajj, make abundance of dua. If you're not on Hajj, try to fast this particular day and make as much dua as you can. And remember that Allah Azza wa Jal says, Udu'uni astajib lakum. Call on me, I will reply to you. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.